Bible reading versus exercise. What does this survey show? Suppose a headline says Bible reading is better for mental health than exercise. Ask, did the survey compare treatments or people with different habits? The American Bible Society and NORC found a real association, but it did not test Bible reading as a treatment. Its own unadjusted numbers point more strongly toward exercise. Survey questioned 2,656 U.S. adults in January 2025 through NORC's probability-based Amory Speak panel. People reported Bible use and self-rated stress, anxiety, loneliness, and hope. Weekly use meant at least once a week, but the question did not standardize passage, minutes, interpretation, or whether it was reading, listening, or prayer. So this is a marker of religious engagement, not a defined clinical intervention. Weekly group looked better on all four measures. Stress averaged 8.0 versus 9.6 among people using the Bible less than weekly. Anxiety was 4.3 versus 4.8. Loneliness was 11.1 versus 11.8. Hope was 18.6 versus 16.8. These are descriptive self-report differences. They're worth reporting and may reflect meaningful experiences, but they do not tell us why groups differed. Now apply the same yes or no comparison to exercise. Exercisers averaged 8.0 for stress versus 11.4 among non-exercisers, a difference of 3.4 points. The anxiety difference was 1.5, loneliness 1.2, and hope 2.2. Bible use differences were 1.6, 0.5, 0.7, and 1.8. On this unadjusted comparison, exercise had the larger gap on every outcome. This is not randomized either, but it contradicts the claim that the survey showed Bible reading was better than exercise. Why can yes group scores look similar when gaps differ? Groups start from different baselines. People who did not exercise had worse scores than people who used the Bible less often. Age, health, social support, church participation, education, personality, substance use, and existing distress could influence both habit and outcome. The direction can run both ways. A coping practice might help hope, but hopeful or organized people may be more likely to maintain it. Cross-sectional data cannot separate those paths. Evidence hierarchy matters. Exercise has randomized trials and meta-analyses. A 2024 network meta-analysis of exercise for depression included 218 randomized studies. A 2025 review found 32 randomized trials in adults with depression or anxiety. Bible reading alone lacks comparable randomized evidence or evidence of superiority to exercise. A one-time survey question is not a defined, controlled intervention. That does not make religious coping fake or clinically irrelevant. For someone who experiences Scripture as comforting, meaningful, or aligned with their values, reading may support routine, hope, reappraisal, identity, or connection. A 2018 observational study linked Bible reading with benevolent religious reappraisal and hope. Clinicians need to ask what the practice does emotionally. Religious or spiritual struggle or scrupulosity, obsessive religious doubts and compulsions, can make religious material distressing rather than soothing. The respectful clinical take-home is not faith versus medicine. Bible reading may be a value-congruent adjunct for some people, but this survey does not establish treatment efficacy, dose, or superiority. Exercise has stronger causal evidence. Explore any spiritual practice without assuming it is helpful or harmful. Ask how the person interprets it, whether it expands or constricts functioning, and whether symptoms need evidence-based mental health care. Correlation is a starting point for a better question, not the answer. For questions or episode ideas, drop them below and subscribe for more psychopharmacology breakdowns. Educational purposes only, not a substitute for clinical judgment.